is one of the most dangerous emergencies that kill a person within a very short time if not controlled. In today's video, I'm going to show you the actual mistake that people make and what actually you need to do. I'm going to start with the meaning of bleeding. Bleeding occurs when you have a cut on the skin or when an object pierces through the skin. Common examples are knife injuries, gunshots, road traffic accidents, accidental cuts at home. Maybe you're cutting onions and accidentally you chop yourself using the knife. Common mistake that now people make. Number one is trying to wash the wound instead of stopping the bleeding. Number two is checking the wound if repeatedly if it has stopped bleeding. You are not supposed to do that. Number three is leaving the patient alone. Don't leave the patient alone at any time. Okay, what now you are supposed to do? First step is direct pressure. If you find a patient is bleeding, your first step is direct pressure. By direct pressure, I mean you're using your hand and a clean piece of cloth to apply pressure on top of the wound. Again, do it safely so that you don't come into contact with the patient's blood. Remember, people may have, the patient may have HIV or other infectious diseases. So, if you have gloves, you can put on gloves. If you don't have gloves, you can improvise. You can use plastic paper bags, you put on your hands, and then you apply a direct pressure on patient's wound. Remember here, the idea is to save a life. The first aid, saving a life. The first help you give determines the chances of survival of the patient. Number two is bandaging. Bandaging, I mean, if you have a bandage, use it to wrap the wound so that to apply a firm pressure and stop the bleeding. What if you don't have a bandage again? Because most of these things they are found in the hospital. So you're going to use another piece of clean cloth and use it to wrap around the wound and stop the bleeding. After that, you call for help. Immediately call for emergency help and ask someone to take the patient to the hospital if possible. After you have called for help, you may find in some instant, even after applying a pressure in the wound, the patient may still be bleeding. While the help is coming, please, if the bleeding is still persistent, what now are you going to do? You have applied the pressure, but the bleeding is still persistent. So, what you are supposed to do is to elevate the part that has been injured. If the wound is here, and this is the part that has been injured, you have applied the pressure, but it's still bleeding, elevate the part. If you still elevate the part and still bleeding, you can apply a tourniquet. By a tourniquet, I mean you tie tightly above the wound to stop the bleeding. You can use a belt, you can use a piece of cloth, or you can use a rope. If you have a rope, yes, you can use it to tie very tightly just above the wound. This will help stop the bleeding. Then after that, rush the patient urgently to the hospital. What is the importance of stopping the bleeding? When a patient loses blood, get this, when a patient loses blood, the patient loses life. Why? Blood carries oxygen, blood carries glucose, blood carries nutrients, blood distributes or retain the body temperature. So if you lose blood, you find your body vital organs and cells will not get enough oxygen, which is very essential for functioning of the body, will not get glucose that gives the body cells energy, nutrients, and will not even get temperature. And this may end up, the patient may end up becoming unconscious, go into coma, and then eventually die. So you can see how important is it to stop the bleeding. In conclusion, your first job when you find a patient who is bleeding is to stop bleeding through the direct pressure. Direct pressure saves a life. If you find this video useful, please like, subscribe, share. Let us come together to save a life. In the comment section, please comment the first aid topic that you want us to discuss next. This is Emergency Kenya. Till next time, bye bye, stay safe.